So we're looking at Coach Lesson 7, which is happening to be about proportions. So what we're going to do here with question number 1 is which number completes this proportion. Now for me, I'm going to take this first one and simplify by 5, take out the common factor. So I'm going to have 3 over 7. And then I can see that I know my multiplication facts. 7 times 12 is 84, so I do the same thing to 3. And 3 times 12 is 36, so the answer for number 1 is C. Number 2, which number completes this proportion? That method that I used up here is not going to work down here because I don't know what number times 5 will make 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use cross products. 45 times 3 and then 5 times x. And 45 times 3 is 3 times 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. And I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And 135 divided by 5 is 10. Excuse me, 10. 2 and 7. So I would say B, 27 there. Let's look at number 4. Company bought 2 tables for a dinner. I see the number 2 there. One table with 6 people cost $2.94. The other table had 8 people. If the cost per person was the same at both tables, how much money did the larger table cost? So, one table, we got 6 people for $2.94. We've got 8 people, and what was the cost? Let's use C for cost for that table. So I'm going to multiply 6 times C and 294 times 8. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 6. So when I do that, 294 times 8 divided by 6, I get the cost is $3.92, which is A. A person that weighs 150 pounds on Earth will weigh 25 pounds on the moon. All right, so 150 pounds on Earth and then 25 pounds on the moon. How much will a, does that say 90? 90-pound person weigh on the moon. So if they weigh 90 pounds on the Earth, we'll put E for Earth. How much do they weigh on M, the moon? So cross multiply 90 times 25 and then divide by 150 and we get 15 pounds, which happens to be C. For number 3, Julio can cycle 6.9 kilometers in 20 minutes. And what several of you missed here is it says, what is Julio's speed in kilometers per hour? How much is he going per hour? You gotta change this minutes to hours or hours to minutes. For me, I know that there's 60 minutes in an hour here. So instead of putting an hour there, I'm going to put 60 minutes because that's the minute equivalent there. So I multiply 6.9 times 60 and divide it by 20. And I get 20.7 kilometers per hour. Okay, you could also say 20 times 3 gives you the 60 minutes, so 6.9 times 3 should still give you 20.7 there. Number 6, on a standardized test, Phyllis answered 22 questions in 5 minutes. 22 questions, Q's, in 5 minutes. 77 questions on the test. If she continues the same rate, how long will it take her to do the whole test? We don't know how many minutes it'll take her to do the whole test, so we'll put T down there for time. we'll have 22t is equal to 77 times 5, which happens to be 385. Divide both sides by 22, and that gives us t is equal to 17.5, which happens to be D. Question 7, Carol bought 3.5 pounds of veggie burgers for $8.40. So $8.40 for 3.5 pounds of veggie burgers. At the same rate, how many pounds, or how much would 8 pounds of veggie burgers cost? 8 veggie burgers. And let's see, C, cost. So $8.40 times 8. And then you divide by the 3.5 pounds, and I get 19.2, so 1920 there. Baseball team has won 16 games and lost 11 games. If the team continues to win at the same rate, how many games will it win in a 162-game season? What's tricky about this is it doesn't give you the total, but expects you to add that together. So if we're looking at winning, that was 16 wins. Out of the total games, that would be 27 total. And we get that from adding 16 on 11. So if it continues at the same rate, 162 games in the whole entire season, let's put W there for wins, multiply 16 times 162, and we're going to divide it by 27, and I see 96 there. And that's all we have for the Coach Lesson 7 on proportions. I hope that helped. If you still have questions, please comment and let me know. Thanks for listening.